goodness me. We're cutting it fine. Let's jump in. This is a rapid fire stream. Good evening. Sorry for the delay. We've just been caught up with things as happens, and then on top of that, my graphics card demanded that I update it. And given the number of issues that I've had with Blitz since the new update, I thought maybe it would be pretty wise and prudent to get that graphics card update. Good evening, welcome back to the channel. We're here. We're starting off. We're up to the top 3 now in the Blitz Premier Cup. These two teams have done the best so far out of everyone. Raid and Serenity. They're playing off another best of 7 fixture in the final stage. The winner of this match will advance to the grand finals. The loser will go down and face AQVA, where the loser of that match, which we'll be seeing that match, AQVA versus one of these two teams after this fixture. Loser of that will be going out in 3rd place, and then the winner of that will be joining the winner of this in the grand finals. So AQVA, Raid and Serenity still in the Blitz Premier Cup. We are kicking off. We're getting some predictions coming in at the moment. We're running a 3-minute delay. We've got a few minutes, so we've got enough time to turn on Serenity's logo and also find Raid's logo. Oh goodness me! If only I had been a bit more organized. But wow, that is far too large. And anyone in the chat may feel free to make the very well teed up joke about the comment the lady made. Anyways, Raid versus Serenity, a best of 7. Both of these teams undefeated so far in the final stage. The loser of this is not out. The loser of this will go on and face AQVA. AQVA, though, very strong team. We're getting some predictions. Raid Vasa Ice is predicting 4-3 for Raid. Alfar says no hope for Serenity. Isn't Alfar... No, Alfar's not in Serenity. He is. He's there. He's right there. It's so unconfident. All right, we've got... God, I hope this works. We've got 3 seconds. We've got 3 seconds. I am ready. I'm not getting put in just yet. The deal for real has just lost a quarter of his phone screen. Excellent, we are in. Super. Wilds is our room host. Kaga gets to sit this one out from room moderator duties and just kind of chill out, really. So, all in all, she's going to have a much easier and more fun evening, potentially, being able to kind of just sit back and enjoy things from the sidelines. But we've got Kerfuffles, Tumpi, Last is AFK, Net for Force, Super Ventium, and many others. Vengeance, one of the sponsors along like the Bear Nose, and Net for Force. There's lots of very good people here in the chat already. This is super. So we're just waiting now. It's a best of 7. The 4 maps: Naval Frontier, Alpenstadt, Castilla, Mayan Ruins. One of the earliest streams connected with the tournament was the draw for the maps for the fixtures, where it's on Wild One's Helpers YouTube channel. Definitely worth checking that out if you've got the time and the inclination. And it's a bit nippy today, so we've wrapped up pretty warm. Oh, but we can open up. Excellent, there we go. And the beard is free. Superb. So we're just waiting now. Jack Wilds will move us into the middle at an opportune moment. I will make sure that my headset cable is not going to be in the way, or more in the way than it necessarily has to be. My personal prediction for this, I mean, on the stream, I was having a chat yesterday's stream for the day 1 of the final stage in the BPC. I said, like, I think Raid are probably, I mean, their track record so far is the best. I think they've got the most to prove coming out of the winter season as well. I do expect Raid are my pick to win the tournament, although I fully admit, like, you know, Serenity, AQVA, anyone on the field this evening is perfectly capable of winning. It's just who's going to be able to pull through on the night. Wilds is predicting Raider and AQVA to be finalists. Toompi is wrong child. I knew that. I just the connection's not being made. Yeah, we do have a lot of blue. We have a lot of mods in the channel. You know, why not? Why not have as many mods as possible? If you've got people that you like and people that you trust and that you've known for a while, it makes sense to have more mods than less mods. Things can get pretty dicey pretty quickly. Anyway, so I'm predicting Raid to ultimately win the tournament. I don't know. Maybe they'll drop to Serenity here, and then they're going to beat AQVA and then beat Serenity in the grand final. Grand finals potentially Sunday or Tuesday, depending on player availabilities. And we're just waiting now for someone to put me in. How am I going to get put in? I don't know. Let's see. What's the haps? I am here. I am here. I'm in the queue. Let's see. Just catching up with the chat. It's a good question from Kerfuffles, actually. A player is going to convert back to the old clans for spring season. I think maybe. Gassio Jones, hello. Yeah, I think maybe the... we're waiting for Raid. We're waiting for a Raid player. This is I'm sure Raid will be able to find that 7th man. Serenity, Winchellade, such a strong. Yeah, so there's a few players that have come. I know, for example, Vuxi's gone from endgame over to AQVA. I'm guessing Winch maybe is on loan. I'm not sure exactly which players, because I didn't follow the winter season super closely. But I know there's at least 2 players that have kind of moved from various different clans where they had testing privileges in order to participate in this tournament. So it seems that we are waiting. I mean, I don't know if we're going to go 6 versus 7. Raid are still waiting on their 7th man, and the tournament rules are pretty clear. We're trying to keep it as close to the official Wargaming tournament rule set as humanly possible. It's quite good that we've got Wilds as the room mod, so he can make the executive decision on whether to kind of slightly extend or delay, but we're going in. And this is a first, a controversial first in the final stage. Raid are going up against Serenity. 6 versus 7. We're on Naval Frontier. I hope the updates to my graphics drivers are going to mean that I've got good frames and we get into the game eventually, maybe 15 seconds. 15 seconds after it started. FPS is good. Serenity 7 up against Raid 6. Serenity blue team south spawn. Raid red team north spawn. FPS is holding good. Raid, well, I mean, they're gunned down. Messi's already taken a bit of damage. Vickers light. Raid with a IS-4 Kran, triple T125 Vickers, and the Invisible Man. Serenity, 2 caps up to 1. Serenity running a double Kran, triple T125, T22, and Hippo Dog in the IS-4. Hippo Dog being pretty cunning here. We're seeing the movement by Serenity. I kind of feel, well, I mean, if Raid win this, that will not bode well for Serenity, because if your opponent starts off with a huge gun and hit point disadvantage, and then they go on to beat you, you are in all sorts of trouble for the rest of the tournament, and I don't think that that's going to be the case here. I think Serenity are going to clear out Blue and OG. Yeah, the hit points are massively 50% in the favor of Serenity. It's very difficult to put any kind of gravitas on a 6v7 between equally matched teams, because the team that's a gun down really has its work cut out for it, and Messi's down. Messi bled early as well. We've got Timon in the IS-4 and Django. And I mean, if Raid don't get their 7th man, I might want to change my opinion about who's gonna come out on top this evening. Sick. Well, yeah, this is it is a slaughter. Django's on a drum reload, just firing off one at a time. Timon down to Spitfires. Sick, down to the 98 HP. Ammo racks damaged, and it's a cap win for Serenity. Django doesn't have to survive the doesn't have to be embarrassed by being killed at the end of the match in his crown wagon. Gassio, didn't they announce that on April Fool's though, Legion? So it is a very predictable steamroller for Serenity. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for what's happening. Where is Raid's 7th man? Where is the 7th man? And the answer is, I don't know. I can't tell you. All I can say is, I really hope they get their 7th man. I think Serenity are going to try and do some shuffling here. Who have we got? Yeah, I didn't expect it easier either. We've got Blue, Django, Messi, OG, Sick, and Timon. Let's bring up the BPC views, large icons. Interesting, very interesting. This is the roster. Let's see. No, it doesn't seem to want to go. I think we're missing. It's JP, Naro, and Yanni Tastic are the 3 no-shows. JP, Naro Assassin, and Yanni Tastic are not here. And that is... And, oh, there's another one. There's another guy who's not here as well. Because we're missing 4. Blaster, the team captain. No, yeah, the team captain. Blaster, JP, Naro, and Yanni Tastic are absent. We've got 1 minute left. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I had so much faith in Raid, and to come so far and then to have a roster issue deny you And Serenity being gifted effectively two free rounds. Serenity, blue team, Northspawn, gun advantage out of the pocket, triple T125 IS4 double crown, T22 winch playing wide on the C-cap. Raid, red team, Southspawn, gun disadvantage, 5 T110E5s, and Messi in the T22 uncatchable. Raid, I think, are just going to have to play a very kind of condensed and aggressive game. People Dog being aggressive. Serenity maybe taking liberties, thinking they've got this huge gun advantage. Winch getting punished. Hit points, though, massively in the favor of Serenity for the time being. Although Winch getting super exposed and clapped early on, reverse side scraping, but it doesn't seem to be working. Everyone's saying Jack jinxed it. I might be part of the jinx in this case. Really wondering where Raid's guys are. And Raid getting aggressive, trying to focus Peepo, Devil, and Dog. But I think, well, Winch is down. The guns, the hit points are still hugely in the favor of Serenity. The guns are equal, though. Serenity have capped off A. That's Spitfires. Spitfires in a great position. Messi floating wide on the outside. OG in trouble. OG with the reactive armor. It looks like Daze is going to go for a drop kill. Not able to execute. Will get the shot into the back. Timon, Sick, and Blue brawling. Timon going down to Platinum. Peepo Dog low. It's Sick chasing with the speed boost for the kill. Wonderful track shot. Herkimic goes down to Django. Sick will be able to get in here for the kill. Lovely kill shot, but it costs him dearly. He's had to expose his rear to a lot of fire. 3 on 4. Serenity making this look pretty difficult. Well, Raid putting up a pretty good fight. Platinum not really able to get enough traction on the go. And there goes Devil to Django. And it's a 3 on 3. 3 on 2 with Messi. Well, Messi on a very uncomfortable, potentially very lucky 13 hit points if he can dodge Daze. Just a bounce, but I think Daze will be looking for a explosive shot. Lovely connection. And Django 1 on 3 up against the very healthy Spitfire. Spitfire's probably looking for the drum reload. Yeah, Spitfire. Nope, Spitfire's not playing the patient game. Django will get a shot off into Platinum, but then it's going to be Platinum potentially with a ram kill, or Spitfires? No, Platinum taking down Django. Okay, it seems like Raid have found their 7th man. That is, yeah, we've got Narrow Assassin. And Narrow is now in. We've got the 7. Raid are back in this fight. Realistically, who knows? They might have lost to Serenity 7 on 7 on Naval Frontier, or maybe this is the ultimate trash talk, smack talk, troll. Raid are like, maybe Raid are saying to Serenity, look, we know that we're better than you, and we're willing to give you a 2-point head start if you can take it from us with 6. I'd like to believe that's the case. I'd like to think that Raid are just like, the great big German kahunas of steel. Are going to take this one, but now we have a game. And we move from Naval Frontier. Serenity scooping up a pretty easy breezy 2 victories. And we're moving on to Alpenstadt. I think the Raid players are going to have to put any grievances they have with their absent teammates aside to one side for a moment and focus on the job at hand. Raid have the bare minimum of players in the room. Serenity have got an extra 2 in reserve, just in case. Alpenstadt Raid with a interesting quadruple T110E5 double E100. It's Narrow and OG with Messi in the Vickers. Messi has always been kind of a mobile DPM player for Raid. ever since, I mean, the grill on Fort Despair, Twister 2018, that was messy. Serenity having a little bit of a play around at the moment with their lineup, it seems. Switching in Alpha for days. They also look like they're taking a core of T125s, as is the normal. So I've got my my coffee on the go here. We're powering through. Kerfuffles is it's ready for raid. I mean, this would be one hell of a showing for raid to come in and do the business. And it is raid, double E100, quadruple T125, and a Vickers, Serenity, double IS4, double T22, triple T125. Serenity with the T22s. Ooh, Jupiter camo is just superb. Really have the mobility advantage, but Winch having some ping issues. Looks like that's ping. Looks like he's in trouble. Had to bounce. Winch catching so much fire. No, maybe it wasn't ping. Maybe he just saw blue and Django and said, I do not want to be there. And Raid are back with a vengeance. Winch and Peepo Devil being absolutely hammered. No caps on the go yet. Big hit point advantage. 2k, well, thereabouts, in the favor of Raid. Red team playing from the south spawn. Those E100s in a pretty predictable 1-2 formation. Winch down to Timon in the T110E5 over on the A-cap area. E100s and the E100 here, the two of them kind of working in unison, can trade pretty aggressively. Deep hit point pools. Nice kind of big tracks, awkward angling there. Peepo Jail's going to make a play on C, or is he going for the flank? He's going for the flank. Peepo Jail in the T22. Serenity have pulled off their mobile elements. That's going to cost Peepo Devil his life, though. We're seeing that T110E5 go down. Timon looking for the kill. It won't be Timon, it's going to be Blue with the kill shot. However, the E100s of Raid have gone down, but the E100s, they were always there kind of as distraction carnifexes. For those of you... Oh, Peepo Jail with a lovely HE roll into narrow. Hit points are pretty close, but there is a gun advantage. There was a gun advantage for Raid. This is still anyone's game. I think Django's got Alfar. Oh, low roll. Messy down to Peepo Jail. Oh, now it's still a 4-on-4. But Raid have got a cap lead and do have her Kimmich out of position. Blue and Django now ganging up on her Kimmich, but Django's getting chased by Spitfires. Peepo Jail in the T22 could be hugely decisive. That Russian medium, great DPM, great mobility, and great survivability on the field. Raid absolutely need to get her Kimmich out of the game. Will do it with Sick. Blue and Sick on Spitfires. Oh, Timon is in trouble. That T22 wants blood. Can Timon pick up a bounce? No, he cannot. Peepo Jail making a huge play now. Sick in trouble, and Serenity are not. They mean business. They're like, look, if it's your fault you showed up with 6. Don't underestimate us. We can beat you if you bring 7. They're not. They're not giving Raid any quarter. They're going straight on to match point. Net for Force does make a very good point. It's pretty impressive for Raid in their 6-on-7 games to kind of hold Serenity to such a scoreline. But Serenity, maybe buoyed by the fact that they've got a nice comfy buffer, are now on match point against Raid. That being said, we've seen reverse sweeps in this tournament. We know that Raid are a monstrously good team. And can Raid, can they find the traction? Can they drop the hammer? And can they get the next 4 victories back to back? It's going to be pretty tough. I mean, Alpenstadt, if they can make it through Alpenstadt, Castilla could be the map that they're looking for to run the standard shenanigans that they do. Mayan Ruins, I think if Raid can hang on, if they can pull off this next victory, if they can pull off a victory in Alpenstadt, Castilla and Mayan Ruins could play into their hands. But Serenity, like, I mean, they've got enough. They have technically 4 more games to just try YOLO strats if needs be. Like, just see, like, can we, like, sneak a very, very quick aggressive win in here. But looking at the lineup, Serenity Blue Team Southspawn going heavy. Very heavy with a Mouse, E100, IS4, Triple T110E5, and Peepo Jail in the Vickers with the Bats. Raid, Red Team Northspawn, Messy in the Vickers. Double E100, Quadruple T110E5 at A. Broke, don't fix it, but it kind of looked broke last time. Why haven't you changed it? Raid, the team with a plan, or the team about to go and face AQVA. Going 4-0, getting 4-0'd in this fixture. Messy spotted. Alpha looking for this. Not Alpha, it's Peepo Dog. Messy getting way too ambitious. Sick blocking. And Serenity will have the cap advantage on C. It's Peepo Jail. That Vickers also taking a little bit of fire. Cap lead to Serenity. And Sick and Django out of position, getting farmed here. Messy rotating. We've got Serenity 3 in the city, 3 on 2. OG and Narrow though, W100s. Can they hold off against the Mouse? Also, Peepo Jail is here. We've got 3 on the 2. Serenity should win the city environment. Ray technically have a gun advantage outside, but Sick is low. Peepo Dog will take him down. And Serenity are very much in control of this at the moment. If they can get Django is holding in there. Peepo Devil's looking for a shot. Won't get it. Serenity are shutting Raid down hard. Raid, can they fight back? Can they fight out of this? We're about to lose. Well, OG, yeah, he goes down. Messy getting a shot in. Alpha looking for Messy. Alpha won't find it. Peepo Dog going down to Timon. Messy playing like an absolute demon in the Vickers, but I don't think he's going to be able to get around the corner in time. He won't. Alpha will find him. It's a 3-on-5. Surely Serenity have this one. Peepo Devil up against Blue and Timon. Narrow. Oh, what a Narrow. Letting gravity do its work. Devil down to Timon. Raid, it's a 3-on-3, 3-on-2, but I mean, when you've got a tank like this, unless Blue and Timon, I think Timon is the no driver, no engine, and one of his tracks damaged. That's as fast as this thing moves. Absolutely looking to block an Alfar. Timon really wants one of those repair kits. And I think Serenity, Alfar is looking for Timon. No, he will put a shot in. Winch and Spitfires are coming. Timon getting pretty dicey. Oh, not firing. Blue will put a shot in. Winch is coming in the E100. And Spitfires. The Mouse also flanketh. Bounces in the E100. Blue will get hit by Alfar. Blue to take down Alfar. But here comes Spitfires. And he is making his way. Boom! There goes Timon. You thought you'd seen a flanking Mouse. Oh no, the turret! Oh wow! What is that? That is the turret of his ally doing hundreds of hit points worth of damage. And oh, Raid. Oh, it's been a bad evening. It's been a bad start. That is well, it's a game full of shenanigans. Very, very unfortunate shenanigans, it has to be said. It's true, Raid getting 4-0'd by Serenity. Serenity smashing their way through to the grand finals in a very, very peculiar run of things. Hopefully now that Raid Raid have got their full 7. They'll be able to take AQVA on. Speaking of AQVA, boop, there we are. And we can just turn off the Serenity one. What? I mean, flying Vickers, just all sorts of things. That turret flying off, doing damage to. You couldn't write games this peculiar, could you? You absolutely couldn't write games this peculiar. Right. Let's see. That's the AQVA one. We'll make it a little bit smaller. Or is it now too small? It's probably exactly the same size as it started as. Okay. But, shenanigans aside, it's going to be Raid versus AQVA now. I'm not sure. I think we might start that one. Let me chat with Wilds. Just so we don't spend like hours sitting in a room. No, there's not. There isn't. There isn't. There isn't. I mean, yeah, like we can say that Raid maybe they wasn't smart, but I think we can leave off the insults on the chat. I think that we can draw some lines here. So we'll just remove that. I mean, Raid, if they wanted to call themselves brainless for that, could. I think it's unfortunate that they weren't able to get the full 7 at the start. Okay. So we've got time before the next one starts. So what we'll do is... What we will do is leave the room, see if we've got any birthday tanks, which we do. Oh yeah. And we'll play a game while we wait. Wilds will be checking now with the teams to see if they want to go straight into a slightly earlier start. I'll catch up with him on Discord after this match. I'm not so. I don't know. Like, I don't know if AQVA are going to beat Raid. I really wouldn't want to be underconfident with Raid as a team and their abilities. Don't cut me up. Don't cut me up. That's such a nice camo. That is such a nice camo. I really like that camo. That is a nice camo. You know, oh god, we're slightly late. We're slightly out of position. Can I go really nicely hull down here? Are there heavies here? If I see anyone on AB, I'm going to be super happy. We're going to get an aggressive early spot on and lose some HP. Yep. Who spotted us? I don't want to overextend that way because it looks like our team's got the enemy under control. Okay, A is on the go. Where is he going? This way? pen.
Enemy is hit. Our loader is gone. We can't fire it fast.
Not me.
We've lost half our engine power. He's gone. Find us another target.
Help! This is not fun. I am no longer having fun.
Enemy destroyed. We didn't penetrate their armor. One of our trucks was hit. Looks like that one went right through. Enemy is hit.
Oh. Interviews would be interesting. That is true. Interviews would be interesting. Well, let's get the reroll. The rerolls the thumbs up. Anyway. It would be easy to add. We can add interviews. So let me just quickly check with Jack and see what's the status with the with the next match. Zerd. Well, Zerd is watching as captain of the next team that we'll be playing. Let's see. Is the room up? I don't see the room. Where is Jack? Why are you ignoring me? Damn you, Wilds. We're gonna see what's happening. Gassio is saying he found the previous games pretty interesting, but is not a fan of 6v7s. I have to admit, I too am not a fan of 6v7s. I think one of the issues that you're always going to have is that it's just almost a foregone conclusion in pretty much the vast majority of scenarios. But yeah, definitely not particularly poggers. That is one way of looking at the old not a huge fan of that one. That is one way of looking at it. It has to be said. Oh god. Yeah. Let's turn off the boosters. Jack isn't replying to me. Okay, so neither team wants an earlier start at the moment. So that is the official. We're starting at 9. So we can do. Let's see if we can interview Spitfires then. Why not? We've got the power. We have the ability. We can interview Spitfires, potentially. Just a few quick questions. What we'll do is we'll ask him a few on Discord. Or maybe Zerd. All right, yeah, we'll give him a call. I'm calling you now. Okay, let's go. We're going to start that voice call with Spitfires. And has that worked? It has.
Hello, good evening, man.
Good evening, good evening. I'm just going to let me just make sure that the volume settings are good. They look good on my end.
Sure.
I'm sure the chat will let me know if you're too quiet. Or vice versa. So, obviously, like, huge congratulations to Serenity for making it through to the final. I'm kind of bummed out about the 6v7s, but definitely Serenity were super strong on Alpenstadt when Raid were.
When they were 7, yeah.
Yeah.
At first, we were expecting them to be 7, so we were waiting a bit, but we were ready. If it was possible to give them a few more minutes if they could gather people. But since they didn't have a special an accurate time before they get 7, we had to start.
No, I think
But
it's good to wait as long as kind of is reasonable or fair. But yeah, eventually you have to kind of pull the trigger and start. Were there any of those games which were difficult for Serenity? Anywhere you thought you were going to lose?
The second and third one were quite hard for us because the second one we were kind of confident because there were only 6 against us, so we were greedy, we splitted, whereas they grouped and pushed one way and took aggressive positions where we're not ready to defend. We almost lost for that. If there were 7, we would have certainly lost. On Alpenstadt, the first game, we lost one take quite early, which gave us HP and guns advantage, where we had to make a move somewhere else, and we decided to push mid, which gave us the win. But the second one was really, the first one on Alpenstadt was really close for us. We thought we were going to lose it.
Mm-hmm. And so, in terms of obviously making the final is awesome. I'll pick your brains. What do you have a prediction for the matchup that's happening next? Raid versus AQVA.
Well, in my opinion, I think it will be AQVA going for the finals. That's my opinion. Regarding the overall results of both teams during this tournament, I think AQVA will go for the next round. I think.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, who would you? Are you happy to be facing AQVA in the like? Would you rather face Raid again? Noting you just kind of 4-0'd them. Maybe. I mean, it was still the wins where it was 7v7 was still pretty convincing. Or are you happy to be facing potentially AQVA in the finals?
Either one of them, we would be happy to face them. They're both insane contenders, and they're both worth the second place or third place or even top 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have preferential team to face for the next round for us.
Okay, so they're both pretty tricky, but both you're happy to face both, which is.
I won't mind facing either one of them.
And so, in terms of the Serenity roster, is there anyone that you kind of brought into the clan or the team specifically for this tournament, or is this kind of like the standard lineup?
No. We brought in the middle of the tournament. We decided to bring Winch because Phoenix had some issues, IRL issues, so we had to replace him for this tournament. And we brought Winch from EG since EG wasn't participating in this tournament. And he was offering us to participate with us in this tournament, so we're happy to welcome him in the team for this one.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, will you be trying to hold on to onto Winch for the spring season, for example, or do you think you'll be the kind of those mercenary players will be going back to their home clans?
No, I think he will go back. He will go back to EG to play with EG during the spring season. Most likely, this is what's going to happen.
Awesome.
Well, other than that, we will play the spring season as 9.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's pretty good. I mean, and in terms of like, because obviously this is the first time that I'm speaking to you over the course of the whole tournament. What have been your thoughts so far on the Blitz Premier Cup in terms of the format and the teams involved?
I like the format. I really like the format. It's a good it's a good way to counter no, how to say it. I don't know how to say it, but I really like the format. I don't know how to describe it. It looks complex overall. Not the first stage, but the second stage where you have half the teams that are two teams that are getting out, half the teams that are going into a lower bracket where they will face each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like this format. I like this kind of format. And then the double elimination for a top 4.
Yeah, I think I personally like. I mean, I'm speaking as like just a commentator rather than a player, and I think I personally prefer to like the wargaming tournaments. It's either all double elimination or like the round robins. It's two, and with the huge like the prove your skill or the ascent tournaments that we've been having. Like, you know, like, and they're the tremendous time commitment where top teams have to kind of chew their way through average teams just to kind of get a seat at the table for the kind of the major series. So I'm glad that the tournament format that you and hopefully like the other players and teams will enjoy it. So I'm gonna quickly wrap it up here.
Sure.
But what's your prediction for the scoreline in the next match?
It will either be a 4-3 or 4-2, but it's going to be a close match. For
Okay,
sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Spitfires, for your time, and I'm sure we'll have another chance to chat later on in the tournament. Congratulations for today, and good luck in the final.
All right, thank you. See you later, man.
All right, and that was Spitfires from Serenity Clan. Top dude, I hope the volume was okay. I really hope the volume was okay. Let's see. We've still got a tiny bit of time. I'm going to hit up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit up Zerd for an interview now. A pre-game interview. Potentially, if we can do it. Because probably Zerd is a man of pure focus and won't want to speak with me at this particular moment in time. But it's worth reaching out. Definitely though, we can grab. Oh, excellent! The man's got time. We're gonna give him a call. Hey Zerd.
Hello, Brian.
Ah, amazing. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm a bit knackered, having some long days, and I'm still a little bit like thrown after the 2 6-on-7s that we saw with Raid versus Serenity.
Yeah, I've been watching the stream. It's pretty disappointing to see that they're not able to field 7.
It's tough. I mean, I mean, it must really suck for the players and the team as a whole. But as like a commentator, I find it super difficult, like to kind of get into the action because, you know, it's pretty much almost.
You already know what's going to happen, more or less, unless something miraculous happens, which is very unlikely.
Yeah, like you need an ammo rack just to level the playing field. So it's a tough.
Exactly.
It's super tough. How do you feel though? Of course, like Raid, I'm presuming I'm going to work on the basis that they're definitely going to be 7 going into the match versus AQVA.
I believe they will be. I'd be very shook if they were not.
Yeah, I would be pretty confused to say the least. But I mean, do you feel confident going up against them?
I do feel confident. We've met them once in this tournament, which was in the group stage, and that was we actually lost the game, but it was after we came off the reverse sweep against Karna, where we were winning 3-0 and pulled back and lost 4-3, just like against Serenity yesterday. So we were a bit out of it.
The focus was strong, yeah. And I mean, the maps that are coming up, it's Winter Malinovka, Black Goldville, Fort Despair and then a tiebreaker on Rockfield? Or any of those maps that you're, without giving too much away, of course, before anything starts, any of those that you're sort of looking forward to, shall we say?
Honestly, I'm not really too fond of these maps, but I'd really much like to get to the grand final because those maps are really good for us.
Awesome.
These maps, I'd say, they're pretty even. I'd say they're good for raid. They're pretty heavy-oriented maps, and raid has always had a tendency of playing quite heavy strats.
Yeah, raid. I mean, that was something that I mean, maybe it's just a legacy I'm carrying around in my head, but in my mind, raid are a more slow-paced, methodical team that will use heavier kind of strats if they can get away with it.
Yeah, that used to be the case, but I think it's changed more recently into them being more of a push team, like reaction-based and trying to make a play.
Mm-hmm. That does seem to be the way the meta is going. Like, there's a lot more sort of flexibility, and I think that kind of comes in with these tanks like the Kranwagen and the T110E5. You know, with like the kind of the auto reloading, but also the speed boosts. You know, it's very
the speed boost has been a game changer for sure.
Would you say that's in like a positive way in terms of the gaming experience?
I'd say it's in a positive way because it makes the game faster.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more exciting to both play and to watch, I'd say at least.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's action.
Like watching the 3, 4, 5 IS4s, it's kind of stale, kind of boring. You'll go like 25 kms. There's not going to be much action. But if you put the speed boost, you'll go like 50 kms in an E5 and you'll fly like a T22.
For 20 seconds, but then I mean, then you're in the action, then you're in the brawl, and then it's...
Yeah, exactly. Then you have the time to make your initial move. You have the time to close the gap between yourself and the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't really need the speed boost when you're just shooting tanks and being shot at. It's more about in between.
Just the kind of the dead time, shall we say, like setting up, getting into position, and everything, like you say, closing the gap. So I guess you're feeling pretty confident versus Raid, and then there'd be the grand final up against Serenity if you're able to dispatch Raid this evening. You said like you're feeling good about those maps. I mean, how do you feel about Serenity as an opponent, as like an opposing force?
Serenity, I mean, it's the best team in this tournament, I'd say. They're pretty strong. Also, they have Winch now from EG, which is also a good addition to them for sure. We also have a player from EG though, as an addition to us. So I guess that evens it out. We have Woopsy playing for us.
Yeah, I have to say I'm super glad that Woopsy was able to join you guys and participate. I mean, he's a fantastic player. Are you gonna try and hold on to him for the spring season, or do you think he's gonna go back to endgame?
It's a difficult thing to do, obviously. Of course, if it was my choice, I'd like to continue playing with him. But you know, he has his own will, so I guess I'll see what he does.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna let you, because we've got about maybe 10 minutes or so, and I've got some things to shuffle on here. Is there any thoughts that you have or you want to add? We'll probably like try and get some more player interviews once the whole tournament is done. But do you have anything that you want to add? I'll give you like a free platform.
Not really. Not that I have on my mind right now, at least. I just hope that the games are going to be good. Of course, I hope that we'll come out on top, so I get to play the grand finals. Like I said, I really like the maps, and I'd be excited for that. But I hope we can get the win against Raid, and I hope we can not go 3-0 up and get reverse swept. That would be lovely.
Yeah, I was gonna say the games yesterday, they were amazing to watch, but I was kind of devastated when
they were so rough. If you notice the second game on Hellas, which we lost about 0.2 seconds after they reached 1,000 cap points, we killed one of their tanks, which would have won us the game.
Yep, I did see that. Yeah. I mean, like nail biting goes. But on the bright side, you know,
I thought we won. I saw the tank die, and I was like, GG guys, let's go. And then I saw they had 1,000 points. I was like, oh my god, no.
So close. But I mean, that I like it when it's that close.
Of course, it's great entertainment. It's not very great for myself though, or my team as we lost. But hey, as long as we get to the finals, anyways, I guess that's what matters.
Exactly. It's all journey until the final match. Yeah? All right. Cheers.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Zerd. Good luck, and I'll catch you soon. Ciao, buddy.
Yeah. Take care. Good luck for the rest of the stream.
And that was Zerd, caller and captain of AQVA. It's very hard to talk about. It is very, very hard to talk about the tournament scene on the EU server without his name cropping up somewhere. So that's awesome. I'm really happy that we've got to. I'm really happy that we got to speak with those guys. Whoever suggested that, I think it was Gassio with the interviews. Good suggestion. Let's see. Someone was asking a while ago if it's a best of 7 or a best of 9. The grand finals, that is. The grand finals are a best of 9. Just excuse me one moment, because now that I've ingested enough coffee, I'm gone. I'm just going to take off my jumper. And the reason why we take the webcam off is because it's not a good look, like pulling a pullover over your head live on stream. There is very little grace that can be had in such a scenario. But yeah, we're fired up, we're warmed up, we're ready to go. We got platoon invites coming in left, right, and center, but we're frontline fromage. That's a good name. So it will be AQVA versus Raid. Hopefully Raid. Oh, we got some gold. Hopefully Raid will be able to have their full 7 contingent here. Of course, we do have to see how that goes. Now, where is the room? There we go. There it is. We are in. Fantastic. So, Raid versus AQVA. It is another glorious best of 7 format. Raid will be looking to hopefully put their very painful experience at the hands of Serenity behind them. Although, as we heard from Zerd, not but moments ago, and he is a very knowledgeable player in all things tournaments and esports on Blitz, reckons that Serenity are probably the best team, or one of the best teams in the tournament. So, you know, getting beaten by them doesn't necessarily have to be such a bad thing. But of course, Raid are the top performers from the group stage. They went 8-1 out of their 9 fixtures in the round robin. So that's I was really, and I'm still. I really want to believe that Raid are going to be able to make it through to the grand final. But at the same time, I also I've got tremendous respect for AQVA and for Zerd, and I like everybody to win. I'm too nice. No, I'm not too nice. Someone's got to win. Obviously, I don't wish defeat upon anyone, but I am kind of, because I did say that I thought Raid would be able to battle through to the final and kind of prove a point on the basis, they had such a rough time in the winter season. But let's see. Just catching up with the chat. We've confirmed where Zerd is from. That he is accent-free, which is true. I myself am monolingual, so I've got tremendous appreciation for anyone that is bilingual or above. Especially, it's true. Like a lot of the gamers from the international community, a lot of Tank Splits, be it through Discord communications, on the daily and kind of team chats in esports tournaments. I think this is a great way to learn a foreign language, through video games. I think if I had been at school and I was studying German in school, and if I had been, in a digital environment like Discord and shared experiences with something that I enjoyed, rather than learning to say I go to the library and I like discos and I have a dog, really inane stuff that you get taught when you're learning a language. Learning it as you go and as you play and do something you enjoy could be the way to do it. And I think, on a serious note, a lot of the non-native English speakers that we have in World of Tank Splits, their level of English, at least at the upper levels of tournament gameplay, is it's pretty good, or at least it's getting better over time. Let's say that. But the teams are falling in. Winter Malinovka, Black Goldville, Fort Despair, Rockfield. We haven't seen these maps yet this evening. We have seen these maps on the tournaments before. Check out my previous tournament streams as part of the Blitz Premier Cup. I've been putting timestamps in and also indicating what the timestamps are, like which team is playing which team, what the fixture number is, and which map they're on. So it's a good way if you want to get some strats in the current meta, or you want to see what the best teams are doing, if you're looking for inspiration for your tournament team, or you want to kind of spy on the enemy, or revise your own strategies, look back at how you played. We have been using timestamps in all the previous videos to make that a little bit easier for you. So, working hard. And it seems to be going well. Raid versus AQVA. I am pretty excited for this one. I must admit, I am a bit off balance with Raid's 6-man team for the first 2 matches. We're getting people. Oh, De Silva is here. Yeah, get active in the chat. Who do you think is going to win? Like, I don't know, do like the little what emojis do we have? There's not much. Fruits, cars, sports. You want one of like the foam hands, and then you can cheer for like a particular a particular team. Show your support. Well, AQVA are a fully fledged 7. Raid, we're still waiting on their 7th man. There is still, however, plenty of time for that. Still plenty of time for them to get their 7th man. We have 7. We've got Sick, Timon, OG, Narrow, Messi, Django, and Blue. General, Red Tuber, UE10? UE10. Zerd, Edgar GQ, Fpin Josh, and Unifpin Josh. Simon L is working on his 4 to 7 languages already. Show off. No one likes a show. No one likes to show off. Everyone like, come on. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna do some moderation of the chat. So we've got a few minutes to kick off. First game in this best of 7 format is going to be Winter Malinovka. We've got Raid up against AQVA. You can see it. Getting the logos on the side, just so it's easier in your mind. You know which team is on which side. Net for Force is backing Raid as a fan of Rib, clan leader and streamer, but hoping the best team will win. I think that's all we can hope for as commentators, as commentator and spectators and audience. Of course, I'm a huge fan of the scenario we find on the CIS server, like 7-star. The deal for real is I'm not even lingual. I don't even have a lingualness. But off we go. Raid and AQVA. And coffee. Winter Malinovka. We've seen some very interesting strats so far in the Blitz Premier Cup on this map. AQVA with a double Mouse Sheridan T110E5 double crown grill lineup. Raid Red Team Southspawn Mouse quadruple T110E5. OG in the VK901P Blade camo. And of course Messi in the bat chat, and right out of the bat we've got a very gutsy play by Raid. They've got 2, 3, 4 tanks south. AQVA can play field position here. WoTB, lovely connection into Sick. Does he get out scot-free? He does. He's still spotted using that cover. Messi will be coming up for some spots, some information. Cap lead to Raid. Red team with a solid 35-point cap lead. Messi looking for some shots. Doesn't want to get spotted. Might get a snapshot into WoTB here. Ooh. No bueno. Django on the ramp. Up against ZirdAce. OG getting tagged on the crossing. Hit points in the favor of AQVA. UE10 taking a bit of fire. Josh in the grill. Does he have a shot? He does! 601 into Narrow. Narrow is thinking, where the dickens did that come from? Mouse with the Legion Camel. Looks good. Suffering a little bit here. The deal for real. Using the wave emoji for AQVA. Net for Force thinking AQVA's got a good chance. Well, certainly we're seeing Raid playing that kind of passive defensive strat that, at least in my mind, they're iconic for. Edgar GQ getting tagged by Sick. Out of position here, using the speed boost. Blade's going to be able to put... Well, the Raid OG is going to put a... Oh, double shot. Edgar GQ is in trouble. Messi will get a shot in for 354. He's been tracked. Edgar GQ having a very bad time indeed, but General and Edgar GQ have found the weak spot that is Sick, potentially. Does he have support? He doesn't really. He is isolated. He's got reactive armor on the go, but he's getting crossfire in as well. He can't pull back. If he does, there's ZirdAce. Edgar GQ is pretty low, though. That was a bold move by AQVA. Edgar GQ will pick up the kill shot. Sick down, gun advantage, and cap advantage now to AQVA. Josh in the mouse, getting the V-cap. Nice hit point sharing by AQVA. Everyone's doing their part. Josh in the mouse will pick up the B-cap. This is huge. Double cap and gun advantage. And almost 2k HP advantage. Josh for a 391 into Narrow. Will take 417 in return. Raid having to rotate now back into their spawn. Narrow goes down to General. That's huge. This is huge. OG's in trouble. Josh pushing on OG. OG is getting a lot of attention here. A lot of attention. We've still got those crans. Double crans in a great position. Raid. This match is slipping through their fingers. They have to make a play, but they really don't have much in the way of options. We're seeing a move as well. OG goes down. Red Tuba. Well, Django's got reactive armor on. Will tag WoTB in the Sheridan. The Sheridan just buzzing past Django. And Zird barreling into Django, but it's going to be a cap lead. WoTB just to put a little bit more damage on the table. Not enough time. And it is a solid first victory to AQVA. And AQVA using, like as Gassio says in the chat, a very interesting combination. The Sheridan outputting solid damage and the Grill 15 Josh. Good damage numbers. I mean, both teams kind of... Like, there's not a huge discrepancy in the damage output. It was just the guns. Raid were getting focused. The angles, AQVA were building angles on them, focusing them down. And Winter Malinovka, like, if you can get the AB, if you can get the cap on the top of the hill, like if you can get the heavy cap and the mid cap, it's tremendous pressure. And typically, and also Raid, they put themselves in the position where they had the medium flank, but it's low down, and you lose control of the momentum of the battle when you're the team that has to push up with a cap deficit. And it was a gutsy call by AQVA, sending their two Crown Wagons in to focus on Sick and the T-125 on Raid's spawn flank, leading up to the cap on the hill, which I always forget if it's A or C, to the C cap, sorry. But it paid dividends. Now it is AQVA blue team and south spawn up against Raid, red team north spawn. AQVA with a double T22 strat this time. It's WoTB and Josh making their way to A. It's pretty much like a rotation of intent. Blind shot from Josh, not spotted. That gives them information. Not getting spotted tells them that there's no one there to see them. Raid with a quadruple T125, Vickers, VK, and Mouse. It's the same lineup from Raid, compositionally speaking. But they're leaving no tanks in isolation. They are looking like, well, they're not going to get the cap lead unless they get pressure on B. Double T22s outcapping the Vickers, single cap on C. Raid slightly behind, 15 cap points behind. AQVA now not having to work against cap pressure, but also not wanting to be too defensive. AQVA have to control B. Interesting formation here that they're running. We've got Zerd in the mouse, locking down the C cap. Behind him is General and the Kranvad and Nikog. Nice defensive setup. If anyone pushes Zerd, it's going to cost them dearly. Sick is once again a little bit far forwards. Not super isolated though. He does have a bit of support. Messi, Blue and Django there. Plus even his teammates in the city can help him. AQVA will be using Zerd in general, potentially Voopsy as well in the T22 to control B. Unif Pinjash is looking to control this ramp. F Pinjash getting spots, staying hull down, looking to make sure no one can push up too aggressively. UE10 splitting the distance. He can rotate round as required. Unif Pinjash pulling back off that ramp. AQVA seem to be cognizant of the fact that Raid could be stacking for a push there, and if he's too close to that ramp, he's in position to get isolated. Django and Sick have both bled hit points. It's a small hit point lead, shall we say, to AQVA, but interestingly, AQVA have not lost any HP. However, they have lost the B cap. Naro in the mouse, able to get in and cap it. General and Zerd not able to reset. That is key. Raid may now be in the position. Raid now may be in the position to hold effectively, but they've got to move everyone up. They stacked to push into A. Can they get their tanks back up? What are AQVA going to do? How are they rotating? F and Josh moving back through the AQVA spawn. Zerd in a difficult position. We saw Raid lose some of their heavy tanks, getting over-angled, getting shot from both the spawn and the city earlier on. Cap points ticking over now solidly in the favor of Raid. Zerd making the play. Sick will be looking to get some resets in. Zerd bleeding, but he's in a mouse. He's quite happy to try and go for the cap here. And all the while the attention's on him. Can he cap this? Narrow using some really good HE rolls. And Vickers, the Vickers Messi getting some wonderful resets in on Zerd. Zerd is really struggling. B, though, is being locked. AQVA wants their plan. They've really got to be doing some movements. Edgar GQ is there, buying Zerd some time. General's pushing Raid OG off, but Raid OG goes on T-Bone with great focus fire. That's the gun down. C is getting countercapped by Edgar GQ. Are AQVA making a play? F Pin Josh and Voopsy going for the Vickers. Great medium pincer on that light tank. Whoa, this is pretty cutting edge stuff. Raid are hanging in, but they've lost. Both of their caps are being contested. Django, AQVA have put in a multi-threat. UE10 with a kill on Django. No, it's Sick. Unif and Josh will take it down. AQVA taking down Timon. What a multi-threat, pushing T22s, pushing both caps and pushing the flank. AQVA all over the place. Raid, their defensive formation completely breached. What a flip in 30 seconds. And AQVA will... Come on. You can't tell me that wasn't exceptional. That was T22s pushing, B getting contested, C getting contested, and AQVA also pushing. Like that's like a 4 or 5 action plan, like 4 or 5 point action plan being initiated near simultaneously. That's that was a thing of beauty. And Raid went from being in a position, a defensive formation with the high ground, with a cap advantage, to being completely overrun in like 30, 45 seconds. That was like, okay, you can get passive formations from time to time, but this is still 2021. Like, you cannot sit pretty indefinitely. People will come for you and they will take your bases. You got to be ready. What a move by AQVA. Raid off balance. And I mean, they played a great game. They did everything right. And just how do you respond to that many things happening in such quick, near instantaneous succession? Complete disarray, and that's probably part of the art of the plan that AQVA implemented. Now it's 2-0, AQVA leading Raid 2-0. AQVA, we're going into Black Goldville. AQVA will play from the South Spawn, Raid will play from the North Spawn. Raid with a double TVP T5051 setup, triple T125s, IS4 Kranwagen. It's an interesting use of the TVP, great four-shot autoloader. Are they hoping that they can be the aggressor in this scenario? I think you don't take a TVP if you're not planning on punching someone hard somewhere. AQVA, though, are we going to see Voops in the Sheridan again? I'd like that. Potentially. Josh in the T22. AQVA is still one of the teams that are making the T22 sing. We're seeing less and less of the T22, but AQVA still keeping it pretty much in rotation in the rosters, still jostling the lineup a little bit. IS4s, Crans, T110E5s, Vickers, Voopsy, RedTuber is still not ready. Is he getting swapped out? T110E5, Vickers in the T22. AQVA go into both teams, 2 mobile elements, double crown for AQVA, single crown for Raid, IS4 and 3 T110E5s, 2 T110E5s. Teams similar enough, but also pretty different. The Vickers, general for AQVA, the most mobile. God, that pumpkin attachment looks ridiculous, and I love it. The most mobile element, the only light tank on the field. Great play, looking to spot anyone crossing. Will find, and look at that Vickers view range, just absolutely superb. And Messi getting tagged on the crossing, but Raid committing hard with the double TVPs into the C-cap. AQVA and a cap deficit. Raid, great play with the TVPs. Very untempting to push C like that. Sick floating in the back. Is he AFK? No. He's just waiting patiently. We've got Blue. We've got Blue taking some fire here. Hit points neck and neck. Caps in the favor of Raid, but we've seen that AQVA, they are quite capable of coming back from a cap deficit. And can they do something equally awesome here? Although Unif Panjash, I mean, like, you'd think. Is it Django who's getting those shots in? Maybe the Kranwagen, such a strong armor profile if you can angle it correctly and face it in the right way. But once people get on the side, not so great. Raid looks like they're pulling off and are going to push through the city. Timon and Django rotating with Narrow. Blue holding in the IS4 over B. Zerd in the Kranwagen similarly. AQVA with double T110E5s floating on the A-cap. C is being counter-capped. UE10, the Vickers and the T22 now up against the TVPs. TVPs coming in aggressive. OG on the reload. UE10 looking for OG. Raid are losing HP. They're about to lose their TVPs. Sick getting tracked. And Raid are coming in hot on UE10. But Messi and OG, the TVPs are down. That's a lot of danger elements out of the way. UE10 in the IS4 is going to try and hold the line. Actually, Raid want to be going for the mobile elements. They don't want to be going for the IS4, but I think they're going to have to take what's available. UE10 soon to be cleared off the field. Sick going down to ZirdAce. UE10 down. It's a 2-gun advantage. Raid now having to get aggressive. Unif Panjash in general. Well, Unif Panjash, low DPM potential at the moment. He's on the start of a very long reload. Panjash downhill, getting aggressed. Zerd also in trouble, potentially going down to Timon. Does Timon have the shot? It's low. General trying to shield. Look at this Batchat, the brave little Batchat that could. He can't block both. He doesn't have to because Panjash takes down Timon. Django looking for Zerd. General won't let him have the shot. It's a 6-on-3, and it looks like AQVA 6-on-2 will be taking this one to match point. Blue going down to Voopsy, and Django will be looking for someone. No, looking for the salute and raid. Raid. Well, yeah, that was a raid. The TVPs, they overestimated how effective those TVPs would be at holding. TVP, great burst damage, but that's a long drum reload. And AQVA took advantage of that. Good positioning, nice little brawl breaking down in the city there towards the end. Raid are in trouble. They're in a lot of trouble. This could be the second 0-4 that they put on the board tonight, and they'll be going out in third place, which is still pretty damn impressive. They are still the winners, the top of the table of the group stage. Doesn't come with any prizes, but does come with a lot of prestige. It's just about who can perform best on which particular night. Of course, AQVA have been in this scenario before, and everyone should be mindful of that fact that AQVA have led Serenity 3-0, only to get reverse swept. And I think it's also happened to AQVA more than once in the tournament. So of course, if it happens to AQVA right now, I think Zerd may literally have an aneurysm. And that would be unpleasant. I really hope AQVA are able to not get reverse swept for the third time in the BPC. AQVA versus Raid, potentially for the last time tonight, going back into the second map. Black Goldville swapping the spawns. AQVA, blue team, north spawn up against Raid. Red team, south spawn, Raid with the bat chats. IS4, Kran, quadruple T110 E5s. AQVA, FE215B, Kran, T22, sorry. Triple T110 E5 and General. Back in his ridiculous pumpkin mobile. The Vickers. Light. UE10 has got the wrong camo on his FE215B. I would sponsor him an octopus camo. I would. But if they win first place in this tournament, he'll have enough money to buy one for himself. Sick. Pushing aggressively on A. There is the cap going there. It's... Woohoo! Reverse side scraping. F-Pinjosh, sorry. In the T22 uncatchable. Can bounce anything but heat. Hesh. Heat. No, high explosive. Hesh is a kind of high explosive. And deciding that actually he does not want to be there anymore. Hit points, neck and neck. Blue and F and Josh taking a little bit of damage. It's Raid with Messi in the back chat and OG in the Vickers holding C, similar to like what Raid did with the TVPs last time. Are we also going to see Raid try and put a double cap pressure on the go? Maybe. Blue might be thinking about it. It looks like a good option. UE10's there. Maybe for an APCR 3-2-3 roll. In through the top of the turret. Interesting. Very, very interesting. There's some more high explosive rolls coming in. UE10's going to look for the reset. F-Pinjosh has got some clear shots. Well, who put that dirt there? Both teams trading well. Good cross shots. OG and Messi punishing F-Pinjosh. Is this the start of the third reverse sweep? Can Raid be the harbingers of doom for AQVA? Because that is certainly what this would be if it were another reverse sweep. However, AQVA have got A, have got the high ground. Voopsy and Zerd in really nice positions, matching camo too. It's kind of cute. Looking to put some pressure here on Raid. F-Pinjosh and UE10 suffering. Blues not able to get B. And Unif-Pinjosh Chipotle is life. Everyone knows the series doesn't start until AQVA has a 3-0 lead. Yeah, and there is Blue going for the B cap, but that could be the error because there is Unif-Pinjosh, but Sick and Timon will be denying that. Yeah, reverse sweep is when you go from being on match point to losing the game. match point typically when your opponent is on 0. And Unifpin Josh has decided that Blue can't live. Oh, he's just sitting in the open taking punishment. Good call though. Blue unable to cap B. Hit Raid with a good hit point lead here. Raid putting in some damage numbers. Ooh, Messi getting hit. OG looking for a shot. Yeah, Raid are establishing a pretty dominant hit point lead at this particular moment in time. There goes UE10, and that's a gun lead, and that's even more cap lead for Raid. AQVA are... oh god, are they going to go full tilt if they lose this? Unifpin Josh might be going down here. We'll be looking for Blue, and we'll be looking for maybe the... oh, he missed! What is that? And Messi with the hit! Whoa! Unifpin Josh is down. It's a 2-gun advantage to Raid. Oh, Voopsy's in trouble. Sick might be getting the best of Voopsy here. Blue is low. Blue is very low. Blue is hanging on. No party without me is down. This one is going to Raid. Fpin Josh is down. Raid have it! Raid stay in the fight, and at the very least, Raid make sure that they avoid being 4-0 twice in one evening. Whoa. Is this the start of another reverse sweep? Panic! 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 It might be. It might be. This might be the start of another reverse sweep. You never know. It is Raid. Raid have put their first point on the board this whole evening. They now need to win the next 3 games without conceding a single one. Black Goldville is the first one. Winter Malinovka, owned by AQVA. Decisively. Black Goldville, 1 game apiece. Fort Despair. Fort Despair is a map that, as we know, favors heavy lineups. And as Zerd said, you know, Raid, they like the heavy lineup. They also can be a bit reactionary. We could be seeing something pretty tricky coming in from Raid here. There's 4 IS-4s on the table and a T110E5 and a mouse. You don't see the IS-4 taken in such numbers typically. I'm curious what they're doing with that. Messi in a Kranwagen. Okay, it's an interesting combination of tanks. Messi maybe not in a Kranwagen. We don't know. AQVA, T22 Krans, T110E5s, General in the VK9001P. Voopsy and Edgar GQ not yet ready. UE10 in the T110E5. Yeah, there's a VZ113. The VZ113 is going for that far medium corner. No doubt about it. Raid versus AQVA. AQVA, match point.
Time to roll out.
Absolutely will be devastating for them to get reverse swept, but that is still 3 more defeats away for them. Raid having to launch the campaign, the fight back of their life. Timon sitting in the bush, Sick and Messi and OG going up to camp. Django going, this is shenanigans. Fpin Josh getting spotted, getting tagged by Messi. Fpin Josh pin, General in the VK9001 there. Kranwagens for AQVA going up to a nice hull down spot. Django alone. Django disconnected. Django disconnected. Django AFK. Django stuck in go forward mode. Django down. Not sure what the protocol is in this particular scenario because Raid have just gifted AQVA. Raid have just gifted AQVA a free pass, a free gun, a free chunk of HP. Ooh, and Fpin Josh is in the backfield. I don't know what to make of that. I really do not know what to make of that. Fpin Josh can't seem to hit a barn door from behind. Finally connects with Messi. Messi is down. OG will push FPin Josh, but this one is surely AQVA's. I can't see how AQVA could lose this one. Absolutely, unless they completely throw this. And what an unfortunate. And Blue is surrendering. Blue is surrendered. It looks like Raid are. Radar going down, and they had a good fight back in the last match, but here on the technicality there seems to be an FPin Josh will get the better of OG. T22 and the last man standing is Narrow, and he's trying. He's going through the motions. And it is an AQVA win. And we will have an AQVA Serenity Grand Final. Oh, that's devastating for Raid. They totally... I mean, like... I don't know. I'll have to check with Wilds. Oh, that's cold. It's a best of 7. And that could be match point. It looks like Raid are... Yeah, I saw now. Yeah, Django had the DC, but the Raid players being amazing sports. So kudos to them. And the GG is going all round. And yeah, it looks like Wilds. We're not going to have a rematch. Whew. Yeah, the final will be a best of 9. Oh, that's devastating for Raid. I mean, to come this far in the tournament and to get tripped up by 2 matches against Serenity, 6 on 7, and then to have a DC against AQVA when AQVA, I mean, to be fair, AQVA were super dominant performance-wise and super ahead on points. It was just the last game on Black Goldville where Raid were able to kind of flip it round. But again, as some people are noticing in the chat, FF4, for example, it wasn't such a dominant win. I mean, Raid won, but like only just. I mean, it was a solid win, but it wasn't like a decisive win. That is, oh, my heart goes out for Raid. Actually, that is tough. On the bright side, though, as we say, they're going out in 3rd place. They're going to get some tiny bit of cash. Some credits, some gold, some premium time. It's not been for absolutely nothing. It's not been for a lot, but there's also the prestige and also the fact that this is pretty good training in between the Wargaming official tournament majors. Between, for example, winter and spring season, a tournament like this is a great way for teams to have like an organized training structure, for example, against serious opponents that are taking the games seriously. So. Tough, very, very tough, very, very tough set of games. Indeed. I am almost lost for words. I feel so bad for Raid. They played so well throughout the whole tournament. I'm really hoping, I mean, it's Raid. They've been around forever. They'll be around forever into the future. So huge congratulations to Raid for participating. Commiserations on getting knocked out at this stage, particularly with the technicalities that they experienced. But also, wishing them the best of luck for the spring season. Anyways, AQVA. Well, AQVA, say what you will, they put in some extremely good games versus Raid, especially on Winter Malinovka. And they will go on to face Serenity in a best of 9 grand final. And that grand final, it's going to be played either Sunday, probably Tuesday now. Maybe Jack can confirm the exact time and date of that. So we still have one amazing best of 9 to go. And At the moment, the prize pool is, last time I checked, it was €2,200. Coming in, lots of contributions from different places in the community. Donors, big and small. It's still open to donations, so if you want to chip in, reach out to one of the organisers and we can get you the link to the PayPal pool. But at the moment, because the way that the prize structure is, it's the 60% of the prize pool goes to the team in first place, 30% to the team in second place, and 10% to the team in third place. It's about €20 per player in the third place team, about 60-something euros per player in the second place team, and it's almost €130 per player in the first place team. So like, it's a pretty, like the grand final, like there's some pretty good money up for grabs for first place. I mean, it's not like a tremendous amount of money, but it's also like, when you consider it's a community tournament, and it's better than a kick in the teeth, as the saying goes, it's really going to be, I'm hoping that best of 9 is going to be absolutely stellar. So looking forward to delivering some really, really great content for you guys then. Meep says Raid will come back next one. I really hope so. I really hope that Raid are able to kind of get the edge on the seeding system of Wargaming, insist on using the win rate one that they have been over the past couple of years. I lost my hit points. Yeah, I also thought they might replay the battle, but it seems like no. It seems we're not going to be replaying the battle. Simon L says redo the tour. It's something. Well, I'm sure it's been discussed between Wild's room admin and like the players and the teams and stuff. Like, there's a lot of communication happening behind the scenes. I, as the streamer monkey, I'm not privileged to in the thing. We can show that. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair comment by Chocolate. I mean, connection loss, we can't do like a replay. It's true though. I don't know. I think it's one of those. They do it. They do sometimes do the. They do sometimes do replays for. But at the offlines, when they can verify if there's been a disconnection or not, like a genuine disconnection or not. The finals, the grand finals are not today. The grand finals are either Sunday or Tuesday. Probably Tuesday, but I'm sure someone, Jack, Wild's One's helper, can confirm in the chat when the grand finals are going to be. Because I think maybe the chat, maybe he'll correct me before I say something stupid. But as far as I'm aware, I think Serenity. Well, we'll see. Someone will say, confirm in the chat. What I'll do is I'm going to play this birthday tank just while we chat through. Easter Sunday. Oof. We'll just play this just to get it done, just to see if I still can do anything. Kerfuffles is losing days. Okay, we are bottom tier, but our tank's got a lady on the side, so you know it ain't so bad. Oh, we're gonna get taken apart. We're gonna get absolutely taken apart by a Vickers and a T92. Don't do it. Unless we have like amazing TD support. Okay, the heavies are there ready to farm. I might be able to go hull down. So yeah, let me know. Like, keep chatting away about the raid result. I mean, I do. I am. It's particularly tough seeing like, don't you dare block me, you camoless. Probably not. Okay, the T92E1's taken some hits. Nope, that is the ground. Now their heavies are just going to push around the corner any minute now. I don't want to over peak. There's a VT. There's a VK. I'm being super passive here because I don't want to overextend into TD fire.
We hit them hard.
However, now there is a VT and a Scorpion somewhere. Thanks to Gaffles for tuning in. It has been a pleasure as always. There is someone there.
Punched right through their armor. They're hit.
Not that I can frickin' hit anyone with high explosive ammo. Okay, we forced him off. I feel for their Vickers, to be honest. God, I'm a bot in PC controls. I really feel for their Vickers.
Enemy destroyed.
There's still a Scorpion somewhere. The Scorpions there, the VT's in the city. Oh, the VT is well past the city. Jesus.
Enemy armor is damaged.
It's free damage.
Critical hit.
God, that's a... Call that a shot? That's not a shot.
Enemy is hit.
We're in the right place at the right time. I think that's the...
Critical hit.
Good Lord.
Nice shot.
Go on, Emily, it's all yours. Easy kill, easy win. Nope.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
So yeah, I think that is... I don't want to like... I don't want to... I don't want to go... Oh, let's see what we got. Go on then. More stuff. More stuff. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed the stream. I will be streaming the grand finals. And Wilds is confirming that the rule is we only replay when Wargaming confirms server instability issues, which I don't think has been the case this evening. So I really hope that you've enjoyed tonight's stream. I've absolutely Been blown away by the performance of AQVA in particular. I'm super psyched for an AQVA versus Serenity grand final. Catch you when that is going to be. I think it's either Sunday or Tuesday. It looks like it's going to be Sunday, but follow like the I believe that the link to my Discord server is in the video description below. Make sure you're there and make sure that you're following the tournament as closely as possible so you can get all the details and know exactly when that amazing grand final best of 9 coverage is going to be. This is Rolling Swarm signing off. See you in the next one. Bye for now, guys.